What is going on, guys? JD from New York, back again on your Sunday morning with WWE Off The Script, episode number 11, part number 3. And if you missed the memo this weekend, the new format for Off The Script is I'm coming at you all weekend long. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's being cut down into 3 parts. I'm giving you the absolute best news and rumors right here on YouTube.com all weekend long. So if you guys did miss parts 1 and 2, please go check that out down below. Links are in the description towards the very top. I got some decent news stories this week. I'm breaking it up into 3 parts just to make it easy on everybody. The viewer, me, it's going to be great. It's going to be a new era in Off The Script. So go and check that out if you did indeed miss parts 1 and 2. Like I said, I got some pretty decent stories this week, and we're going to continue on with the news and rumors this weekend. Obviously, Extreme Rules. I do want to mention Extreme Rules tonight, 2014, live after the pay-per-view goes off the air. I will be right back here reviewing the pay-per-view for you guys, so don't miss that review immediately following Extreme Rules on the WWE Network. Now, this part is going to be focusing on the main story of Batista. Okay, you guys know Batista came back in January. He was rumored to win the Royal Rumble, which he did indeed do. He won the Royal Rumble. He was supposed to go on to fight Randy Orton at WrestleMania, eventually win the WWE Championship, and everything got thrown craziness. There was just craziness in WWE because the fans were upset in Pittsburgh that Daniel Bryan didn't come out number 30. Fans were upset when he got screwed left and right by the Authority. Fans were upset that he wasn't in the main event. He got fucked out of the Elimination Chamber by Kane. You know, Daniel Bryan, you know, they were just fucking him left and right on WWE TV. Fans were upset. They revolted. The Yes Movement came into full effect. And then obviously now we sit here with Daniel Bryan as the new WWE Champion because the WWE itself listened to the fans. If they didn't, there would be a fucking problem. Okay? Now, as far as Batista goes, where did Batista fit into all this if the WWE wasn't going to give Daniel Bryan the championship? What was going to happen? Well, according to sources and Dave Meltzer at the Wrestling Observer, Batista was originally scheduled to win the WWE title at WrestleMania, according to Dave Meltzer. As far as Batista taking time off, it's been reported that he's not listed on advertisements after Extreme Rules. The original idea was that he was going to work through July or August, so perhaps his media schedule changed, or he could have gotten another movie role, but nobody knows right now for sure. He's not advertised anywhere, including the upcoming WWE European Tour. So, according to Dave Meltzer on his radio show at the Wrestling Observer, Batista was originally scheduled to win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Thank fucking Christ that did not happen. That would have been an absolute snooze fest, and I do commend, even though the WWE, and I said this countless times on this show, on Behind the Mic, on my Monday Night Raw review, I am a huge Daniel Bryan supporter. He embodies everything that is the average American guy. You know, hard-working, you know, very quiet, laid back, and we look up to that, you know, and we wanted to translate our frustrations into his. We wanted him to succeed on WWE TV. The WWE wasn't having it. They didn't think Daniel Bryan was the marquee guy with his beard and his look and his height, his body stature, his physique, whatever the case may be. They couldn't have been more wrong. Daniel Bryan is money. He's a money maker. He's good for business. He's got a unique look that nobody has in the wrestling industry right now. And that beard and just him is the way we want to see wrestlers going into the future. They're wrestlers, you know. If you watch his documentary on the WWE Network, he doesn't understand this whole fame and fortune and being a superstar. He's just some guy from a small town in Washington State, and he just doesn't understand the idea. He doesn't want to be in the limelight, you know. He's the guy who wants to go home and fucking plant, you know, tend to his garden and fucking chop wood, you know, up in Washington State. That's the kind of guy he is, and I respect that. You know, I eventually want that as I grow older, too. I want the peace and quietness of just, you know, family and just being by myself, you know. But Obviously, he's earned it. He's deserved it. He's worked his fucking ass off for it. He's now the WWE champion. I do commend the WWE for righting their wrongs with Daniel Bryan and having him, eventually challenge Triple H and beat Triple H at WrestleMania and get him into the WWE title match at WrestleMania and eventually have him walk out the champion at WrestleMania. And, CM Punk played an intricate part in all of this. If Punk was there, who knows what would have happened at WrestleMania? With Punk walking out, I think it pretty much facilitated what happened to Daniel Bryan. And that's why I've always been saying, I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks, if CM Punk wants to come back, the story with Daniel Bryan, if he wanted to challenge Daniel Bryan as a heel for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, whatever the case may be, if Daniel Bryan still has the title by those pay-per-views, it's already written. They don't need to do anything. CM Punk, you turn whatever he's doing right now into a legit storyline on WWE TV. He walks out, Obviously, they moved Daniel Bryan up the ranks. CM Punk comes back and says, you know what? You owe me a fucking thank you. Because without me walking out, you wouldn't be where you are right now. You wouldn't be the WWE champion. The story writes itself. I don't even need to go on any further. Obviously a feud is made there, and then we get our WWE Championship match that I've been longing for ever since before the Royal Rumble, because I really thought that Vince was going to go with a CM Punk and Daniel Bryan main event at WrestleMania. That would have been good for business. Would I eventually want to see that happen at WrestleMania next year? Of course. I would love for Daniel Bryan to hold the title to WrestleMania 31 and then eventually, challenge CM Punk at WrestleMania 31 in the main event. That would be fucking fantastic, but I'm living a fucking pipe dream. I'm just fantasy booking right now, but it's fun to think about if CM Punk comes back and challenges Daniel Bryan as a heel. The story's already written. Punk walked out, Bryan moves up, Punk wants his thank you, Daniel Bryan doesn't give him the thank you. Turn it into a fucking storyline with smart writing, with smart booking and logical booking. You got it made right there, folks. I'm no WWE writer, but I know when I see logical booking, and if you're going to bring Punk back, there's no better way to bring him back than to put him against Daniel Bryan. Plain and simple. That's just my idea, but Batista winning the title, fuck that. That would have been a colossal mistake. And why would you give him the title anyway if he was going away? Why? They did the right thing. They gave Bryan his moment. They gave Bryan WrestleMania. That needed to be done. So my hat's off to WWE for that. PW Insider reports that WWE released the following NXT wrestlers Wednesday afternoon. Mason Ryan, no longer with WWE, former Nexus member who lost to Tyson Kidd on NXT. Charlotte Guerrero, known as Raquel Diaz, is the daughter of Eddie and Vicky Guerrero. This is her second run with WWE Developmental. Gone. Mason Ryan was well liked but the feeling on him was that he was not progressing at the pace the company wanted him, so they opted to let him go. He's 32 years old. He's not too old, but he was one of the older guys on NXT. There are said to be more developmental releases coming. Anyone that's on the roster right now that is not being used or getting squashed in matches should be concerned, according to the PW Insider. But I was never a big fan of Mason Ryan. He didn't have anything as far as me thinking what a wrestler should look like or what should be like. That's just not me. That's not my physique. That's not my guy. There was nothing special about him in the ring. I don't know how he was on the mic. So Mason Ryan really, he was expendable, and that's it. I really don't want to see anybody go to the unemployment line, but I'm sure he'll be picked up by TNA because that's what they do. They usually pick up WWE scraps. As far as TNA goes, the reason, if you guys are interested, if you guys watch TNA, the reason Eric Young's TNA title win was done with no real build was because the company wanted to hotshot on a semi-live show, as previously reported by PW Insider. But the reason that they didn't just have him win the gauntlet and then challenge for the title sacrifice was because the company feared that Eric Young as a challenger at the pay-per-view would not do well. To me, that doesn't make any sense at all. Okay? I don't think Young as a champion or challenger heading into this past Sunday's show would have made a difference whatsoever. Plain and simple. Alright? It has also been hinted that at his title run, or during his title run was done because he has another show called No Limits on the Animal Planet, and the hope is that they could do some cross-promotion. This new show will feature Eric Young going on adrenaline-filled adventures around the world. He's already filmed episodes in New York, Hawaii, Death Valley, Puerto Rico, among other places. I don't watch TNA. I figured I would report this just for the simple fact that you guys may be curious to know why TNA gave Eric Young the WWE Championship. Not the WWE Championship, he wishes. The TNA Championship. If you guys are wondering why I'm doing this, simply because, I figured it would be fun to talk about. Let me know what you guys think about Eric Young being the new TNA Champion. But there's word going around, and I've read on forums on the internet that a lot of people are comparing Eric Young to Daniel Bryan, and the reason why TNA did it was to kind of mimic their own Daniel Bryan thing with what happened to him at WrestleMania. It's not the case. It's so far-fetched that you can even compare the fucking two. I would never compare Eric Young to Daniel Bryan. It's like fucking the Mets and Yankees, if you want the easiest analogy for me to give you. But that's the reason why TNA gave him the title, all because of this. And this has been the theme of this week's Off the Script, all three parts. This. Batista wants this, Goldberg wants this, and now Eric Young and TNA, they see this because they want to promote Eric Young's new show. Animal Planet wants this, one or the other. Whatever. Daniel Bryan. As we all know, his father passed away. Donald Buddy Danielson. He passed away on April 21st, the same day as Monday Night Raw. There was some confusion, as some thought that that Daniel Bryan had found out about his father's death after returning from his honeymoon, but he did not find out backstage at Raw but he did find out backstage at Raw before the show, which had to be fucking absolutely devastating. If you've seen the episode on Monday Night Raw where Kane tombstoned the hell out of Daniel Bryan, his eyes were fucking blood red. You can see he was just visibly upset. Brie was the same way. Buddy Danielson was just 57 years old. The local newspaper Obituary in his hometown played down the part about him being Daniel Bryan's father and only mentioned him having 2 sons and 3 daughters. It's interesting that his father didn't get more local publicity considering who his son is, but it was not played up as a big deal in the local newspaper. This is what I went back and said, that Daniel Bryan was never about the spotlight and this and that. I'm sure everybody who lives where Daniel Bryan comes from is not about that. They don't like that. They don't want that. It's just not them. So it not being, publicized like that is great because obviously the family wanted privacy. They deserved and, wanted privacy, obviously with the passing of his father. And my thoughts and condolences go out to Daniel Bryan. I don't even want to imagine what it would be like for me to lose my father, any one of my parents. Obviously, if you guys have been watching me and fans of my channel, my grandpa passed away on February 3rd. That hit our family very hard. We're still coping with it. It's not the same anymore. So all I can say is that my thoughts and prayers go out to Daniel Bryan and his family and Brie Bella. And, hopefully time will heal. Time eventually does heal, but you never forget his memory and all the memories that, were made with him will live on in Daniel Bryan. So obviously my thoughts and prayers go out to his family. And finally, guys, it's been written a few times already, but it was mentioned again by a couple of people to Dave Meltzer that there's a widespread concern in TNA across the board about the company TV situation. TNA management has told the talent not to worry about anything, but those who know how the TV industry works are seeing stations putting together their fall lineups, and still nothing has been announced for TNA on Spike TV. TNA should be safe unless they do make a huge bid for WWE, and they do still have the ratings above the station average, and they can still be used to promote Bellator and global kickboxing shows. But one thing to note is that WWE left Spike TV on bad terms, and they did blame Spike for their decline in popularity from 2000 to 2005. But it's been 9 years, and if the right offer came from Spike, they would probably jump at it. That's quite interesting. I actually like WWE on USA. I don't want to see WWE leave USA. I think it's the right fit. It's just a match made in heaven, if you want to say, if you want to use the cheap analogy. But TNA should be worried regardless, because I'm hearing TNA, their ratings aren't getting any better. Their ratings are actually dropping from what they usually are. So if I was TNA, I would be worried. Not only because WWE has a possibility of joining Spike TV, but if WWE is on Spike TV, TNA's done. They're just done. Close the doors, close up shop, close the business, and WWE can fucking pick who they want on the TNA roster and bring them over to WWE. But WWE, I don't see being on Spike TV. I do think they re-signed with USA. USA and WWE, they make a lot of money together, so I don't see that, going away anytime soon. USA is going to make every attempt possible to bring back WWE to their station, so I don't see anything changing. If it does, obviously, I will report it and let you guys know. But that is your Sunday episode, guys. Part 3 of Off the Script. If you enjoyed the episode, let me know what you think of the top stories down below in the comments section. If you missed parts 1 and 2, links are down below at the top of the description. I am JD. I will see you for Extreme Rules after the pay-per-view with the review and results, so stay tuned for that. And obviously Monday Night Raw on Tuesday, I will be covering that as well, your review for Monday's show following Extreme Rules. So look forward to that, guys. I'm out. I'm JD. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you missed it, parts 1 and 2 in the description. And I will see you after Extreme Rules, guys. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.